Hey guys, so for today I have my July favorites and regrets video. I love doing these videos, so I'm really excited because this month I had so many new products to try out and I fell in love with a lot of them and I regretted a lot of them. So I have some favorites to share with you guys and some regrets as always, so let's get started. So the first favorite that I want to share with you guys is something I'm just like totally in love with, like hello, new fave foundation. Okay, maybe not. Well, you guys know I love my Estee Lauder Double Wear, but this is coming like super close to that. I think this is gonna be that new foundation that I use constantly all the time. So it's probably this and my Estee Lauder Double Wear that you guys will see me use as my holy grails from now on because I'm obsessed with this. It's so good. It's very full coverage. Like it provides me the amount of coverage that I crave, which is really good because I'm really picky when it comes to coverage. It has the most beautiful blurring effect. I'm actually wearing it right now. I am wearing the shade Warm Beige. A lot of you guys were really curious when I did my first impressions video on how long this lasted on me. It lasted all day. Now I do also have the matching Born This Way concealer. This is the Natural Radiant Concealer by Too Faced. I also really love the concealer. This is in the shade Light. I do wish it was more full coverage, but I think it's great for those days when I just want a medium coverage concealer. It does look very natural. It blends out so beautifully. So since we're on the topic of concealers, I tried out so many new concealers this month because so many brands came out with new concealers. Now, another brand that came out with a new concealer is the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer. This is their cream concealer. Oh my god, guys, this concealer is so amazing. This one and the other one I'm going to share with you guys next have been like total favorites. Like I love the Too Faced Born This Way, but I'm not going to use it as often just because it's more medium coverage. You guys know, you guys know I love my full coverage. This Kat Von D Lock-It Cream Concealer is so full coverage. Like if you don't like thick creamy concealers that are really full coverage, you're not gonna like this. But what I love about this is the better version of the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. You know the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, how it's very nice and full coverage and thick? Well, for me, I personally hate it because it's so hard to blend out. It sticks to the skin and again, hard to blend out. It looks extremely cakey. And I always wish that the NARS would make that concealer and revamp it. You know, make it more easily blended, make it a little bit more creamy, and keep that full coverage look. Well, Kat Von D pretty much did it. She like literally made a better version times 100 of the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. It blends so beautifully, even though it's very thick and creamy. Like for a very thick, creamy concealer, you would expect it to blend kind of, you know, a little, like you would expect it to take pretty long to blend out. But no, it just like melts right in. Of course, it is kind of a thicker, more cream-based concealer, so it is going to be a little harder to blend out than, let's say, the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. But for a thick cream concealer, it blends out so beautifully, and there's little to no creasing with this, which I think is amazing again, because for a thicker concealer, you would expect there to be a little bit of creasing. And it doesn't look cakey, it's just so flawless, and the shade range, she came out with literally so many shades. There's even a white, like a pure white shade in this, which I think is genius for you fair skin girls who want a bright highlight. You can get it with this Kat Von D concealer in the shade white. I have mine in the shade L7, which is Light 7 Warm, so light warm. I love this shade. It's very, look, I just blended that out to show you guys how full coverage that is. But it's very light, very pale, and very warm, which you guys know I love. I love me a light, warm yellow concealer, so, oh my god. Oh, and the wand. Guys, I'm gonna rave about this for like a couple minutes, okay? The wand on this, genius. It's a doe foot, but it's angled, so it's like a triangle almost. And it's very flexible. So this triangle gets right in there. This is literally probably the perfect concealer ever. Now another concealer that I've been totally obsessed with, this is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Oh, it's gonna be so hard. Like I know in the comment section right now, you guys are gonna be like, which one should I get? Too Faced Born This Way, Kat Von D Lock-It, or Tarte Shape Tape? You guys, I can't choose. Like I'm just telling you right now, I can't choose. I have a million and a billion concealers and I love them all. I can't choose, okay? So don't ask me to, please. I love the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. It is so amazing. I love how full coverage this is. Again, this is very full coverage. Let me put a swatch here. Very full coverage. and blends beautifully, little to no creasing. This one is shade light medium, and I like the warmth in this shade right there. I'll show you guys it blended out. Like, look how full coverage that is. Very, very, very full coverage. I do like the warmth in the shade light medium, but it doesn't give me much of a highlight. So next I want to talk about a primer that you guys actually recommended to me. So this is the Benefit Professional Matte Rescue Primer Gel. This stuff is like my new fave. Oh my god. But funny enough, I wanted to mention to you guys, this reminds me a lot of the Neutrogena post after shave balm for men. It reminds me a lot of that because it's like a gel and it's matte and it's like a sticky texture almost. It reminds me a lot. They're very, very, very similar. So I kind of wanted to mention that to you guys, but I'm going to, you know, try them more out before I really put that in stone. But I love this so much, and I love how it's like a gel blue color. I don't know if you guys can see this right here. Let's try to squeeze this out. Yeah, it's like this really cool mattifying blue clear gel, and it really does, what I love about this is it keeps me nice and matte without being too drying. I love my Makeup Forever mattifying primer, but that one will suck the life out of your skin, which, I mean, sometimes us oily girls are like, hello, hallelujah, please suck the life out of me because we have too much oils. But what I like about this is this gives you, it sucks up all your oils, but it still makes you feel human. You know, it doesn't give you that Botox feeling like the Makeup Forever mattifying one. This one just makes you still feel healthy while still mattifying you. Your face is still movable. So I definitely prefer this one, and this is like my new fave everyday primer. Next is another foundation I've been totally obsessed with. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I feel like everyone and their mama and their grandmamas have been raving about this and dying to try it out. This is just a really great full coverage on me. It's definitely not medium, which it claims to be medium, but it's full coverage on me. It's not too radiant on me, which I actually like, surprisingly. I have oily skin, so I thought this was going to be like super greasy on me, but no, it's just like a nice natural radiant to do, and it's really pretty on the skin. Full coverage, and this lasts so long. Like, I'm not kidding you guys, even through the heat. Like, it's been so hot in Toronto lately, it's literally been like death out there, and this still lasts through it. So it is amazing. And my shade is shade 205. It's a really nice neutral warm tan shade, so I really do love this new foundation. So next I want to mention to you guys a liquid lipstick that I have been using so much. This is the Kylie Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Exposed. I have actually been using this so much this month. I'm not kidding you. I've been wearing this all the time. It's a really nice kind of warm camel tan nude. Now the next favorite is this Becca Splits, I believe these are called. This is by Becca and Jaclyn Hill. First off, can we talk about this packaging? Like, let's just have a moment of silence here for this packaging. So you have Prosecco Pop here and Amaretto. I love Amaretto because it's a really nice kind of nude pink blush, which is what I typically go for. And then of course Prosecco Pop is just gold. It's a really beautiful gold highlight. I think this is a really great product to have, especially if you're traveling, just to throw in your bag because you have your highlight and blush in one. Okay, so another Kat Von D Lock-It product that they actually came out with is this Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder. Oh my god, this is my new favorite setting powder. You guys know I love my Laura Mercier setting powder. Love that powder, but I gotta say I love this one even more just because this one is a tiny bit more finely milled than my Laura Mercier, so it's a little bit more smooth, a little bit more fine, a little bit more invisible. When I put this on the skin, it just melts away. Like, you put it on and it's gone. That's how flawless this is. It melts right into the skin. It becomes one with your foundation. It just blurs. It just, oh, it's so beautiful. So I love it a tad bit more than my Laura Mercier. This is probably going to replace my Laura Mercier. This is in the shade Translucent, and it doesn't give me a white cast. It doesn't lighten my foundation, thank God. So obsessed with this. Now, I also want to talk about a new palette. This is the Violet Voss Laura Lee palette. I've taken so long to talk about this because I actually received this the day before my June favorites video was filmed. So I was like, I can't put this in my June favorites because I only tried it out once. So finally getting to talk to you guys about it now. Whew, this palette is so beautiful. You can create so many different looks with this palette. Like, you can create smoky looks, colorful looks, just you know what, like just literally so many different looks, so many different possibilities with this palette. So pigmented, and the shimmer shades of the Violet Voss are so intensely pigmented, and the mattes blend beautifully. I just think, Laura Lee, you did a great job on creating a palette that's so versatile, and Violet Voss just has the most amazing eyeshadow formula ever, so I've definitely been obsessed with this. So that is it for my favorites. Now let's get real and talk about some of my regrets that I've been regretting for this month. So when Tarte actually sent me their Shape Tape concealers, they sent me their new Beauty Blender. Now when I first saw this, I was like, oh my god, I was so excited because I love the shape of this. I loved how fat the circle was because it would be like, you know, easy to really get quick around your face. And I loved how sharp and pointed this edge was because it would be so easy to get in that, you know, I just thought that this was going to be perfect and amazing. It was such a disappointment for me because this is so stiff and dense. When you go to wet it underneath the sink, it does not even expand. It doesn't get barely damp. It's so stiff that even when you damp it, it feels like you are hitting your face with a brick. Like when you're blending out product, it feels like you're like hitting yourself in the face with a brick. I'm not even kidding you. So not fun to use at all, so it's definitely a huge disappointment for me. Next, I want to talk about another concealer that I tested out this month. These are the Morphe concealers. Now, I was really excited to try this out because a lot of people love these, so I was like, oh my god, I'm really excited. But I gotta say, I actually am not a fan of them at all. This has a moussey texture, and when I blend it out, it's not as full coverage as you would expect it to be for a moussey whipped. It doesn't blend out very easily. You kind of have a tough time blending it out, to be honest, and it just takes so darn long to blend out that by the time I blend it out, I'm just like, was it really worth it? And I'm like, no. Okay, so the next product that I really do regret, I'm so sad to talk about it because I was so excited for these, and I love Anastasia products. I really do. Like, they always do amazing, so I'm actually really shocked by this. This is the Anastasia Glow Kit in the shade Sweets. Now, I was really excited to get these in the mail, and I just thought they were the greatest thing in the world, and then I went ahead and tried it. When I opened this up, I was totally in love, especially because this shade right here called Butterscotch. The only problem that I have with this is it's super glittery. Like when you put it on the skin, you get a beautiful highlight, but then you have a bunch of little sparkles and glitter all over. I did also use it as a shadow for today, and it works great as a shadow. Just on the cheeks, I don't really like it as a highlight because it's super glittery. I haven't tried any of the other shades, by the way, but just this shade right here really did not work out for me. So next I want to talk about a foundation that so many people have been dying to get their hands on. It's a new Urban Decay foundation. Now, I was really excited about this too. This actually just popped up in the mail for me, and I was like totally caught off guard. I haven't seen anybody talk about this. Like, I didn't even know that Urban Decay was coming out with a new foundation. So when I seen this, I was like, oh my god. And then I read it, and it said all-nighter waterproof long wear liquid foundation, full coverage, matte finish. And I was like, hello, hi, like so excited. I thought I was going to love it. And then I actually tried it out in a full face first impressions testing new makeup video, and I wasn't a huge fan. A lot of you guys asked me how it lasted throughout the day in that video as well, and to be honest, it just felt more heavy throughout the day, and I'm not one to shy away from heavy, cakey, full coverage foundations. Like, you guys know me. I love the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo foundation, the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream, so I don't shy away from cakey, thick foundations. I never do. So for me to call a foundation cakey or thick, you know it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, for me to say it, something's wrong. I just found that throughout the day, this just got cakey and heavy and weird looking, and it wasn't fun. I wasn't a fan of this at all, to be honest. I just wasn't. If you guys want to see my initial first impression on this, I do a testing new makeup video using this, and I have it in the thumbnail, so you guys will be able to tell what video it is. But another thing too that I'm not crazy about, this is the shade 5. And Urban Decay does 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5. Now the 0.5s are the cool shades, and then the 0.0s are the warm shades. Now, I really dislike how they don't have a neutral shade, because for me, the actual warm shades right here, the 5, is way too yellow. Like way too yellow. I can definitely pull it off, but it just, I feel like a little like banana style when I wear it, a little too yellow on me. So I wouldn't be able to actually even get my shade, because if I went ahead and chose 5.5, it would be way too pink. So I feel like they should have shades that are kind of like in the middle there. So last but not least, this is the Giorgio Armani Highlighting and Contouring Face Palette. This is such a weird product to me. This is how it looks. And to be a contouring and face palette, how am I supposed to get that contour shade? Like I can't even get it with my finger without getting the highlight shade with it. You know, I just feel like it's such a weird concept here, and they actually sent this out to me, but you guys know I keep it real with you, and I'm not a huge fan of it. I love Giorgio Armani products. I love my Luminous Silk Foundation, but this, I just don't understand the concept of this. So that is it for my July favorites and regrets video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, thumbs up for more favorites and regrets every single month, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.